welcome to episode 3 of our insurance contract valuation series. During episode 2 of this trilogy, we showed you how to calculate present values using Systemorph Cloud technology. Today, I'll explain how to adapt all this to your own company and dataset. To follow my steps, please click on the link below to open the present value for cash flow project. That is the project containing all the material presented in this video series. Next, clone it and get your own copy of the project together with a 30 days trial that enables you to test it. Now follow me, let's go to the project. Welcome to the overview of the present value project attached to this video series. If this is the first time for you on the Systemorph portal, you will be asked to register before cloning. Remember, this is the project I set up for you and it's available in read-only mode. After clicking the clone button here on the top and selecting the project name, you will get your own copy with which you can do simply everything. Got excited? Then start the clone and open the Present Value Notebook from the Explorer menu. These are the present values we calculated during our previous episode using cash flows for a group of contracts acquired at the group level, as it is also indicated up here. The first thing you might want to change is the structure of the reporting notes so that it reflects your company business units. For example, we now want to be more specific and import cash flows for the Swiss and German market respectively. To achieve this, let's visit the dimensions file. I've already opened it. And the first tab is what we are looking for. Here we can add as many entries as we like, together with the group level, which is already present. For the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to add the Germany and Switzerland with system name DE and CH respectively. To import cash flows for these newly defined reporting nodes, we must not forget that we need to define also a new group of contracts. I have already done so by duplicating the original data node file, updating the reporting node in the main tab for each one of them, and then these are the data nodes CH and data nodes DE file. After having done so, let's have a look at the cash flow file for Switzerland that I would like to import. In the main tab, we see that this file is related to the fourth quarter of 2021, and the reporting node is in fact Switzerland. The cash flow table is corresponding to group of insurance contracts CH, denoted by this GIC1 CH system name. We see we have, as usual, the claims and premiums, as we are used to since last episode, conventional analysis of change steps, and this is all new business. We can close this file, and we can also close the dimension file where we have defined the two reporting nodes. I've also prepared an additional cash flow file for the fourth quarter of 2021 for Germany in an analogous manner. So all in all, we have these two cash flow files, the two files for the group of contracts, and the dimension file for defining the two new reporting nodes. All this is ready to be imported in the Systemorph Cloud project. To do so, let's move to the Explorer tab up here and click on the Upload file. We can then simply move all these files here, and we see that they have already been added into my list of files. At the moment, this notebook still remembers the old data reporting node. To update it, we reload the initialization data from this code cell. This will include the newly defined reporting nodes. After this execution ended correctly, we can now introduce also the new group of contracts to the notebook. And for doing so, we need two new code cells. And I will take as a template the import of the cash flow, but I have to remember to match exactly the name of the files we are going to import, which are the data node, CH and D. Also, the format is not the one of the cash flow files, but is those of the format of the data nodes. After having done so and correctly checked any mistake, we can execute both these cells. As the status is succeeded, we also notice that this produced warnings. Reinsurance portfolio table is missing. This is okay because we are not dealing with the reinsurance portfolio or reinsurance group of contracts, and we are only evaluating a group of insurance contracts. So we can now move forward. There was not an update of the yield curve, so I'm not going to import that again. And now I'm creating two new code cells for the import of the new cash flow files. I have again to match the name for these two files. These were the cash flow for Switzerland, fourth quarter 2021, and the one for Germany. Everything is ready for the import. And this gave succeeded status for both. Everything happened instantly, and the updated present value report is now ready for us. It's down here. From the PV variable, we can now set both the reporting node we are interested in, for example, CH at the beginning, let's say, and also the period, which is fourth quarter of 2021. And voila, the present value report has been presented for us. The Switzerland is now on top, and this is all about our present values for the cash flows that we have been processed. We can analogously do so for Germany. We see that the changes are immediately propagated to the report, which now regards Germany instead of Switzerland. What we achieved so far is a more realistic scenario, with different reporting nodes yielding their modeled cash flows, and the calculation engine is working for us to value these insurance contracts. Of course, one is not limited to only one portfolio with related group of insurance contracts. In fact, in a typical production setup, this present value report encompasses several columns for each group, while the total aggregated value per AOC step can still be shown with these controls. And now we show an example where I aggregate premiums and claims. Now I'd like to show you how to add more analysis of change steps. In general, this approach allows to analyze the change of the present value in the target period by separating out the individual contributions. To modify the analysis of change sequence, either by canceling one of the predefined steps or by adding those that you like the most, we return to the dimension file. So again, we open the file. And we go this time to the second table, AOC type. Here listed are the predefined analysis of change steps. As you can see, this list is already quite comprehensive, as it encompasses steps you are surely familiar with, such as the one dealing with, for example, credit default risk update, or the yield curve update step, but also the amortization one, for example, among others, and also the one dealing with the impact of exchange rates changes that is named FX impact. Now, this list can be changed according to your needs, and you can either remove steps or add those that you like. In this case, I realized I'm very interested in splitting the model correction into financial and non-financial contribution. And for this reason, I'm going to place yet another step, which is non-financial model correction. I would like it to be straight after the model correction, and therefore I mark it with the correct ordering. And this is it. We can now use this additional step already in our next cash flow file. We can save this and close for now. And we can open the cash flow file that I would like to import for the fourth quarter of 2022. In the main tab, we see that this regards the German market for the next year. And in the cash flow table, we see claims and premiums for the GIC1 DE group of contract are present for the in-force business. So this is telling the story of a group of contracts for which the model has changed both financially and with respect to some non-financial contributions. And we have also an assumption update, experience variance, both for the claims and for the premiums. Additionally, the same group of contract acquired new business, and so we have additional claims and premiums for those, but this time the novelty is N. So this is ready. We can save and close also this file. As we did before, we need to re-execute the initialization so that the new analysis of change step is correctly introduced. Before doing that, do not forget to upload to the project the updated dimension file and the cash flow file for the fourth quarter. I must highlight that this is not the only way to process the files, as one doesn't necessarily have to upload them to the portal as I am doing now. But nevertheless, for the purpose of this video, I wanted you to master this workflow. And then in a next series, we're going to tell you how you can process the data without uploading them to the portal. So going back now to the workflow, we would like to import the cash flow file for the fourth quarter of 2022. And this contains an extra step that is the reason why we need to initialize the basic data that encompass also the analysis of change types. And we just did so. So we scroll down, we create yet another code cell, this time to import the cash flow file we just uploaded. This is for the 2022 last quarter. And since the status is succeeded, we then go now down and have a look at the present value report. We first change the reporting period so that it is 2022 and fourth quarter. The report is now complete. We see the separation into the new business and in force. This is made explicit, while the combined view at the very bottom gives us the possibility to sum up the two contributions before the closing balance. During this phase, many things has happened. Let's try to summarize them. First, the closing balance for the last quarter of 2021 is used for the opening balance of the current period. This is year-to-date view according to the IFRS 17 standard. Next, the discount rate of the current period is considered, while eventual updates of the yield curve are accounted for in a dedicated analysis of change step. For this run, we defined the non-financial model correction analysis of change step. We see it in action. For the group of contracts that are in force, this brings a positive contribution for the premiums and a negative contribution for the claims. If we aggregate the view, we see that a total positive contribution is brought to this analysis of change steps. I hope you find this video to be useful to start playing with the IFRS 17 solution provided by Systemorph. Consider that the full solution is much broader and provides a lot more functionalities than those presented today. I invite you then to clone the full IFRS 17 template project and experiment with the full end-to-end solution. All the data that we prepared today together can be reused in the full template project as well. So thanks for tuning in today. Let me know if you like the video by giving it a like and sharing it with your community. Drop any questions you have in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And stay tuned for the next episodes. Bye for now.